Well, hello everyone. We are going to talk about alternative medicine today. Alternative medicine is a wonderful thing because modern medicine is actually not really modern, if you ask me. As soon as you take something in your body, it fixes your stomach, for example, but it messes up your gut. I have a little video about this that actually works, that is actually supported by science. For example, if you have a headache, if you have a high fever, hopefully you don't. But if you do, there are some actual home remedies that you can mix up, like honey and lemon and things like that. The things that our grandfathers and grandmothers actually used to do and fixed our health. So let's see. Let's look at this video and start the lesson. Oh wait, sharing the sound. Yes, I almost forgot about that.
You don't feel well and you think you should maybe see a doctor, but you don't. Perhaps your local clinic is closed for the night, or you can't get someone to drive you, or maybe you're just inside of the American healthcare system. There are plenty of reasons people choose to treat their injuries and illnesses at home. But as regular SciShow viewers already know, some at-home treatments cause more problems than they solve. Ding! In the comments of our episode debunking 6 popular home remedies, a lot of you asked if there were any that actually do work. Well, ask and you shall receive. Here are 6 home remedies that are supported by science.
All right, one question before we go any further. As you saw, I slowed down the video because I think that you guys might not be able to catch up, but I am actually thinking of speeding it back up to 1.0, like normal speed. Do any of you guys think that they are unable to catch up with the video and prefer it to stay at 0.75? Is there anyone who thinks like, hey, slow video is better? If there isn't anyone that thinks that slow is better, I can just speed it up back to normal. Last chance. 3, 2, 1. It's going back to normal. Let's continue.
If you've ever gone a few days without pooping, you know it's not terribly fun to be constipated. Luckily, it's also pretty common knowledge that a combination of fiber supplements and water will usually fix the issue. Keeping well hydrated can soften your stool so it's easier to pass, and fiber helps by making your stool bigger so it's easier to push against. While more poop might seem like a bad idea if you're already stopped up, more bulk in the colon actually stimulates your bowels to take care of their business. And that is where prunes come in. While you could get extra fiber from a concentrated supplement, like I do, research shows that prunes are better at kickstarting spontaneous bowel movements. Fiber supplements often use some form of psyllium husk as their source of fiber. But in a 14-week crossover trial, the kind where participants end up trying both treatments, a dissolvable psyllium supplement was less effective at treating constipation than simply eating prunes.
You guys still have a chance. If you think this guy is speaking too fast, because he is, that's the how to say, that's how he speaks. It changes from person to person. Everyone speaks at different speeds. So this person's speaking a little bit faster than an average speaker of English. If you're uncomfortable with that, or if you're losing some kind of understanding, or if it is going too fast for you, I can slow it down. If any of you says, hey, 75 was better, yes, Deniz Han.
I think the slow is better because when
Right?
it is on normal speed, there's a ping.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's get it a bit slower then. 75. I think 75 is better for you guys. So let's get that down to that. And if you guys think that 75 is bad, which I think you won't, we can get it back to normal.
During the prune-eating part of the study, the participants passed more frequent stools, and their stools were softer. Both of the options amounted to about 6 grams of dietary fiber per day, so researchers think that there's something else in the prunes that increases their effectiveness. That extra something is probably sorbitol, a substance found in prunes which stimulates water delivery to the colon. So if you're stopped up, you might consider some dried plums instead of a powder or a pill. But prunes cannot solve everything. They aren't as effective if your constipation is due to irritable bowel syndrome, for example, and they can even make IBS symptoms worse. So if prunes don't help you get things moving, it's definitely time to check in with an actual doctor, not a YouTube video. Severe constipation can lead to big problems like hemorrhoids or fecal vomiting, which we did an episode on. You can watch our episode on what happens if you stop pooping completely if you really want to learn more about that. It's not pretty. People have been using oatmeal for skin conditions for millennia, but unlike some ancient wisdom, science actually supports using oatmeal in skincare.
All right, as you've seen in the first point here, so what was the first point? It was about constipation. Constipation is about when you're unable to go to the toilet. So you can't go to the toilet, or you have like bowel syndromes. Bowel means your, how to say? Does anyone know what bowel means? If not, I will try to explain it.
Kap.
Again?
Kap değil mi?
It is really similar. It's really similar. It's bowel is cup. Whoops, bowel. And bowel. It's about your, let's say.
Bağırsak.
Yes, exactly. Your bowels. So when your bowels are not working as they should, what should you do? When your bowels aren't working as good as they do, what is the recommendation in here? Let's get back to that. Prunes. Do you guys know what prunes are? You should. Do you guys know? If you don't, just Google it up on a dictionary and learn it, because
Kurutmak falan mı?
Not really. Dried prunes. Prune is the name of the fruit.
Erik.
Yes. All right. Good. These are really good for constipation issues. That is supported by science. So if you have constipation issues, you can actually get some dry prunes and solve it. Now let's get to here. As you guys are teenagers, more or less, you guys might like this one. For dry skin.
Been using oatmeal for skin conditions for millennia, but unlike some ancient wisdom, science actually supports using oatmeal in skincare. It's perhaps most well known for its moisturizing properties. That's because oatmeal contains a lot of starches which attract and hold on to water. When you put powdered oatmeal onto your skin, these starches help create a viscous layer that traps moisture to keep your skin hydrated. And that's not all oatmeal does. In human clinical trials, it reduces itchiness and soothes irritated skin. Oatmeal contains a variety of components which basically shut down inflammation, an immune response that can make your skin painful, swollen, itchy, and red. For example, it has chemicals called avenanthramides in it. These can soothe itching by reducing the amount of histamine released by your immune cells in your skin. And they, as well as other compounds in oatmeal, can act as antioxidants, fighting against the damaging, highly reactive molecules that cause long-term skin damage. There is a slight catch, though. Researchers don't just boil a pot of Quaker oats to use in these studies. They use colloidal oatmeal, which is oatmeal ground to be so fine that it creates a special kind of gel when mixed with water. It takes some fancy machines and super tiny sieves to make this stuff, things not found in probably your kitchen. Luckily, colloidal oatmeal is pretty commonly sold in pharmacies. And though you can't really make true colloidal oatmeal at home, a good blender or food processor can grind oats well enough for a DIY oatmeal bath, which honestly sounds lovely right now. Sure, babies are cute.
Alright, and oatmeal is, let's wrap it up. Oatmeal is good for your skin. So if you want to make masks out of it, as you can see here, that will keep up your skin better, and it will fight off infections or any kind of skin damage you have, and it will make your face look prettier. in short, let's continue.
But the process of bringing one into the world can wreak havoc on the body. In particular, people who are pregnant often experience nausea and vomiting. Why are you making this even harder? While this is frequently referred to as morning sickness, it's definitely not confined to mornings. And it tends to be worst in the first trimester, but pregnancy is just the gift that keeps on giving, as some people feel sick basically the whole time. Luckily, antiemetics, drugs that ease the feeling of queasiness, are totally a thing. But some studies have raised questions about how safe they are for a developing fetus. And you know, that's kind of like your number one concern when you're pregnant. There is a safer alternative that you can pretty easily get, though, and people have been using it for centuries. Ginger. Trials have found that ground ginger has an antiemetic effect, even in pretty small doses. And that might be because it contains compounds that inhibit serotonin receptors in both your nervous system and in your gut. Since neurons with these receptors need to fire to trigger the vomiting reflex, inhibiting these receptors can quell that pukey feeling. It doesn't work 100% of the time, and head-to-head studies have found it can be less effective than the best prescription antiemetics, but there aren't really any safety concerns with consuming ginger, which is why even doctors often recommend trying candied ginger or ginger drinks to see if they help get your nausea under control before turning to a prescription. Fungi.
All right, that's a pretty good one, actually. It's not just about pregnancy. He forgot to mention that. It's not just about pregnancy, but if you are feeling a bit sick and if you are puking a lot and you don't have any medicine, you can use ginger to actually stop that reflex of like puking. That's actually what I used when I was hangover from last night, and I was feeling bad and I was feeling pukey and I had to go to work. I just got some ginger, grounded it up, turned it into powder, and put it in water. Then just drank a whole glass of water with ginger in it, and I didn't puke. I didn't feel the urge to puke. So it actually solved a lot of things for me. I recommend it to you as well, if you ever get into that position. Let's continue.
I love moist, warm environments. And that is why tinea pedis, or athlete's foot, flourishes in that lovely space between all your toeses. The condition can be caused by several fungal species, but in all cases, you know you got a problem when your skin becomes scaly and flaky. And athlete's foot is super contagious, which is why you should always use shower shoes in the locker room. There are several over-the-counter treatments, but there might be a good option already sitting in your pantry: garlic. Usually clearing up that gross toe fungus involves putting a medicated powder or a cream on the area, then waiting a bit, then reapplying until the fungus is gone. This kind of wash, rinse, repeat situation sometimes goes on for weeks, but freshly crushed garlic or garlic oil can work in a matter of days. Garlic cloves have been used medicinally for centuries, especially against infections. And they probably work so well because of sulfur-containing compounds like allicin and ahoine, which also happen to be responsible for that pungent, garlicky smell. These are made by a special enzyme when garlic cells are damaged, so chopping or crushing the garlic is important. You just can't just put like a full clove in there, cross your fingers. You gotta get the stink out. These chemicals work by inhibiting some of the cellular machinery used by fungi and other pathogens. That ultimately means the fungi can't build the things they need for growth and survival, so they die. In fact, isolated ahoine has been in topical athletes' foot creams for years now because it is so effective. So if you're in a pinch, grab the garlic. Just make sure to keep the crushed garlic you've rubbed on your feet separate from the stuff you prepared for your garlic bread.
Alright, this is about fungi, which is disgusting, but it always happens to everyone almost like once in their lifetime. So fungi are really annoying things that grow on your body if you're not careful, and they are really contagious. Like if your brother got some fungus and he came back home, that fungi will be on the whole family. So what should you do is just chop up some garlic and have a garlic bath if that suits you. If not, just rub that garlic on the foot, like wherever you see all these fungi, all these disgusting things, and rub that garlic there, and it will be good in a couple of days. Instead of going to any doctor or paying for medicine, expensive medicine, to be honest, just get some garlic and use that. If that doesn't work, then go to the doctor. That's the advice.
Feet separate are not great. Prepared for your garlic bread. Plenty of things about getting older are not great. Along with creaky joints and less reliable eyesight, if you have ovaries, you have to deal with menopause. Usually somewhere in the 5th decade of life, your body stops menstruating, and that is accompanied by a bunch of hormonal changes. It's basically puberty 2.0, but with hot flashes, those joyful moments when you suddenly feel like you're on fire and start sweating, even though there's no reason to feel that way. It's thought that they're caused by a decline in certain hormones, which is why hormone replacement therapy can help keep things cool. But there are some long-term health risks associated with that, so researchers are looking for alternatives, and they might have found one that you can take at home. Soy isoflavones, chemicals found in soy products, are plant-based compounds that structurally resemble the hormone estrogen.
All right, you guys have more time before you get to 40, so let's get to the next one. How about this?
One has herpes, and in a way, that's true. It's estimated that about 90% of people have had a cold sore at some point in their lives, and they're usually caused by herpes simplex virus 1. When not replicating like crazy and causing those painful blisters, the virus hides out in nerve cells. And because of that, like with other herpes viruses, once you have it for life. So cold sores can't be cured, but they can be treated. Antiviral drugs like acyclovir can speed healing, but they're not cheap, and the virus can become resistant to them. So you might try something else the next time a sore appears: lemongrass oil. Researchers have been experimenting with options for treating herpes viruses for decades, including many essential oils. That's the fancy term for oils extracted from plants. Many of these can kill herpes viruses in a petri dish, like the oils from lemon balm, tea tree and peppermint plants. But in a 2003 study, it was lemongrass oil that killed the most herpes viruses, and it worked at lower concentrations than the other 11 essential oils tested. That might be because it contains a lot of citral, which is what gives it that lemony scent. And in clinical trials, citral and extracts from plants that contain citral have been found to reduce the severity and duration of cold sores. Lemongrass.
All right, that would be all. So, cold sores are a problem that you get, like 90% of the people actually have it right now in the world. You guys probably have it too. Those are the things that create some really annoying things like scars, not scars, but blisters on your face and everything like that on your body. You can use lemongrass oil for them as well. So we are not going to stay here. We are actually going to continue with this. There's a healthy living thing here. Actually, let's think. Let's see. Who is in the participant list? Let's start with... Whoop. Hey, right, Chelik, are you here? Have you been here? I think not. How about... Oh,
Efendim,
yes, you are here. How are you, by the way, first of all?
iyiyim.
All right, good to hear. Can you continue in English?
I am fine.
All right, better. What can you see in this picture? Let's start with this. And this lovely picture. What can you see?
İlaç var da İngilizcesini unuttum şu an.
Yes, good.
İlaç galiba.
Medicine, right? There is medicine. Yes, perfect. There is medicine in this picture. Okay, what are these things for? Let's ask someone else. Ece Baysal, are you here? If not, I will continue with... Yeah, Ece is not here, I suppose. Fatma İnan, how about you? Nope, the video probably put you all to sleep, unfortunately. Akif Anal? No, I knew it. I shouldn't have started with the video. Let's see. Does anyone want to answer? Does anyone want to learn how to actually talk English instead of just sitting and listening? Well, no.
Ben bağlantıdan koptum. Kaçıncı sorudayız?
Oh, okay. Şuradayız. We are here. Second question. What are these things for? What do you think?
For our health.
For our health. Perfect. Good.
Health.
Nice. How about, are they good for a headache? What do you guys think? It's open season, which means anyone can join in and just sound their opinions. That means you can just talk. You don't need to raise your hand, or you don't need to wait for approval or anything like that. You can just talk. Are they good for a headache? What do you guys think?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they are. There are medicines that actually help with headaches. There are some words here I think that you guys know, but actually let's go over them no matter what. So what do you guys think the first one is? Raw coffee beans, cinnamon
Garlic.
sticks, garlic. Perfect. How about this second one?
Raw potato.
Raw potatoes, right? You don't need to raise your hand. You can just answer. Don't worry. How about the third one?
Raw coffee beans.
Nice, nice. How about the fourth one? This is a bit harder one.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon sticks.
Right, cinnamon sticks. This is the complete sentence. Yes, cinnamon sticks. How about this one? I hate this one.
Celery leaves.
Yeah, I really don't like it. It just sticks to my teeth while I'm eating it. And your favorite?
Strawberry.
Yes, perfect. Let's get to here. Talking points. Do you use natural remedies when you are ill? So, natural remedies are things like we saw in the video, like garlic, honey, and things like that. These are all natural remedies. So, do you guys use natural remedies? You can use these, like I don't use.
Thanks to mom.
Oh yeah. Does your mother know a lot about natural remedies?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, right. What is the most common natural remedy she prepares?
I think lentil soup and
Lentil soup. Nice. Yeah. And
uh, bouillon.
oh yeah, right. Nice. How about this? This is actually a really good one, a really important one, and a really useful one because all of us actually get some burns no matter what we do. So putting mustard. Mustard is a sauce actually.
Hardal.
Yes, actually used in most of the time with meats. It makes them taste pretty good actually. So on a burn. So if you burn your hand, put mustard on it. After you put it under cold water, you put mustard on it and it will heal more quickly because mustard actually helps with burns in a cellular level. So, and yes, let's continue. So when you when we get here, look at here and actually see these. There's lots of talk here, but actually useful part is here. So is there anyone who is volunteering to read this for me and for the whole class? Denizan? Sure, go for it.
Here are a few more natural remedies you can try. For smelly underrims, you should rub a raw potato on to get rid of the smell. For stained teeth, you should rub them with strawberries. For, for bad breath, you should chew raw coffee beans.
Yeah,
And that's it.
these are really good actually. These are really good advice. Like you said, like your mother knows a lot about natural remedies, but we the young people, like I'm 25, so not 25 but 22, 22, and I don't know a lot about natural remedies, and I wish I know more about natural remedies. So for smelly underarms, simple underpits or underarms, you should put rub a raw potato. It's like deodorant, but with potatoes. For stained teeth, you should rub them with strawberries. Oh, okay. Strawberries, because strawberries actually contain more acid than a lemon. A strawberry a strawberry has more acid than a lemon. So if you rub your teeth with strawberries, it will get rid of the yellow plaque and yellow stain over there. And for bad breath, you should chew raw coffee beans. This is actually what people used to do before people started brushing their teeth. They would just chew on raw coffee beans, and it would get rid of the bad smell of your mouth. So I wanted to share these with you. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson and hope you guys found it useful, uh, more useful than giving directions in a world where everyone has GPS. Thank you for coming and contributing to the lesson and actually listening and learning some things, hopefully. See you guys later. Take care. Good luck on life. Let's
Thank
stop
you so
this.
much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.